Okay, here we are inside the pivot table course. Now I'm going to go through just a few slides and then we'll start with our Excel workbook. Now I'm just going to show you some stats. Now there are over 500 million people around the world using Microsoft Excel and only 5% use it to its full potential. Now that's a very small amount of users. As you can see here on the bottom right hand corner, there's only a few people that really know how to use Excel, and the rest of the people don't use it to its full potential. And I'll show you why. Now, the top 3 reasons as to why most people don't use Excel or pivot tables. Number 1 is lack of company training. Now, I see this day in and day out where companies neglect employees' personal development due to cutbacks, due to downturn in economy, but it doesn't have to be that way. People don't need to go into your office to do expensive training, or you don't have to go off-site to do the expensive training. You can actually learn Excel online, and I'll show you how to do that. Now, number 2 reason is lack of time. Now, I understand that because a lot of people are busy commuting, they've got families, but learning Excel, you don't need hours on end to learn Excel. All you need is a few spare minutes a day and you will learn slowly Excel, pivot tables and formulas. Now, number 3 reason is that people don't know Excel's full potential. Now, I get that because there's a lot of different tools within Excel. There's been a lot of different versions, but I will show you just a few tricks that you need to know just to get better Excel. You don't need to learn everything. Now, I'm not a master of Excel. I don't even know how to do VBA coding or macros. Now, I can tell you that I know about 85% of Excel's capabilities, and you don't need to know 85%. You don't even need to know 50%. With 25%, you'll be better than the next person. Now, in this webinar, you will learn how easy it is to, number 1, set up a pivot table. Now, this can be set up in less than 3 minutes, and I will show you that, how it's done. Number 2, I will show you some advanced analysis. So in here, I'll show you how to do some year-to-date analysis with your sales figures, and also some analysis on your top 10 customers for each of your region, and many more tricks. And number 3, I will show you how to insert slices and how to insert a pivot chart. And with the slices and pivot charts, I'm going to show you how to create an interactive dashboard where your boss can just click on an item and the values change and the pivot chart changes, and he's just going to fall off his chair and become in love with you. Okay, so now let me tell you a bit about my story. I was born in Australia and raised and went to university there. My parents were Greek migrants, and I also lived in Greece when I was small for about 5 years, but then we returned to Australia because Greece back then was bad as it is now. Now, that was a good choice because we had some excellent university, and I graduated from there with a Bachelor of Commerce with a major of accounting, and then I found a job straight away. So 21 years of age, I found a job which was excellent. And I started using Excel back then. Now I wasn't the best in Excel, but slowly and surely, as years passed on, I got to know Excel pretty well. Now, it wasn't until 5 years ago when I decided to really become good at Excel, because I wanted to be different. I wanted to stand out from the crowd, and I knew that Excel was a tool to make me stand out and get those promotions. Okay, another thing is that with my Extreme Pivot Table course that has taken me 12 months to do, it's a comprehensive course. It's over 200 pivot table tutorials, and I'll show you that after our webinar. Okay, now I've trained over 8,700 professionals. So, and they're all satisfied, and they've all taken their Excel and pivot table skills to another level. Most of my students come from USA, Australia, India, Brazil, China, Spain, UK, from all over the world. It's not just one area. And it's just amazing that the different types of people that come in, and not just accountants or financial controllers or analysts. You get people that are in quality assurance, people that are auditors, some people that are in medicine, other people that are doctors. They just need to know their business, and also when they're doing some studies with a lot of different analysis and different statistical information, they need a pivot table to analyze that data and show it into a meaningful report. So all walks of life, it's not just the accountant that comes in. I just get amazed by the different walks of life that come into my course. Okay, so that's my story briefly. Now I live in Spain and I married and I have one cheeky child. His name is Miguel, and Migueludis. Now that sounds pretty weird, doesn't it? Okay, so now at the moment I'm in Spain, and who knows in which country I'll be tomorrow. Well, I think I'll be here for quite a while. All right, now let's go on to our next slide. Now, after this webinar, I will give you a special bonus just because you've attended this webinar. Okay, so a special bonus with lots of savings, and just hang on after the course finishes, and then I'll show you that special